Tea works when you stop forcing it. You've been told that manifesting your dream life is hard, that it demands complex rituals, non-stop affirmations, detailed visualizations, and constant effort to raise your vibration. But what if that's all wrong? What if quantum manifestation is actually stunningly simple? So simple that most people miss it entirely. Right now, you are already living in a quantum field. It is a space of infinite potential, not bound by effort, but by alignment. Yet, most of us try to brute force our desires into reality. We chant affirmations we don't believe, picture goals we secretly doubt, and try to fake positivity while our bodies are still trapped in fear and scarcity. That's the friction that blocks the flow. Here's the truth. Quantum manifestation isn't about pushing or chasing. It's about collapsing the version of reality where you already have what you want. You're not trying to change the world around you, you're tuning your internal signal to magnetize it toward you. In this field of possibility, everything exists. Abundance and lack, success and failure, love and loneliness. But the version that becomes your reality is the one you emotionally observe with clarity. The field responds to you. Not to your effort, not to your wishing, but to your coherence. Most people observe from a place of fear. They focus on lack. They beg for abundance while vibrating at the frequency of doubt. The quantum doesn't hear your words, it reads your energy. And when that energy is full of static, the message is unclear. You've been taught to chase the dream. But the real art of manifestation is becoming the version of you that no longer needs to chase. The version of you that remembers, I am already entangled with the life I desire. The field is waiting for your signal. Your job isn't to push harder, it's to become clearer. So why don't most people do this? Because simplicity is unsettling. Letting go feels unnatural. Surrendering feels like giving up. But ironically, the moment you stop needing it so badly, that's when the universe delivers. Think about this. Remember a time when something amazing happened unexpectedly? You met someone perfect, got a lucky break, or had a brilliant idea without effort. That's quantum alignment in action. You weren't gripping. You weren't forcing. You were open. The field listens to your vibration, not your vocabulary. You could say, I am wealthy, 1,000 times, but if your body is radiating fear or stress, it mirrors that back instead. Not because the universe is cruel, but because it's accurate. So here's the radical shift. Quantum manifestation begins when you stop focusing on getting and start focusing on being. You become the signal. You embody the state. You let your internal energy lead. This brings us to the deeper layer. What does the quantum actually respond to? Thoughts? Feelings? Beliefs? Actions? It responds to all of them when they're aligned, when they're coherent. And that's where most teachings fail. They tell you to think positive, but ignore the trauma your body still carries. They ask you to visualize while your subconscious is sabotaging progress. The truth? The quantum listens to your whole system. That includes the signals from your subconscious, the part of you you're not even aware of. And guess what? That hidden part is often the loudest. This is why people feel stuck. They consciously want change, but their subconscious is wired for survival and scarcity. In the quantum realm, the subconscious is the true observer. It's what collapses your reality. Until you shift the signals from deep within, nothing external will shift for long. And it gets even more fascinating. The heart produces a magnetic field that is 5,000 times stronger than the brain's. When your heart and mind are aligned, you radiate a coherent, powerful frequency that the quantum field mirrors back. But if you're only thinking positively without feeling it emotionally, the signal is fragmented and weak. You cannot think your way into change. You must feel your way into it. That means regulating your breath, calming your nervous system, nurturing your beliefs, until they hum in harmony. It's not a one-time ritual. It's a practice, a way of being. Let's make it real with an example. Say you want love. You make vision boards, affirm daily, picture your ideal partner. But if deep down you feel unworthy, fearful of rejection, or closed off emotionally, guess what the field picks up? That fear. that tension. And it reflects that back to you as almost loves, ghosting, or endless waiting. It's not punishing you, it's responding precisely to your frequency. So what's the solution? You become whole now. You embody the feeling of already having it. You collapse the timeline into reality through your state of being. You become the vibrational match first, and the physical form follows. But people resist this truth because they've been conditioned to believe that effort equals results, that only struggle produces success. So they cling to control. They visualize, then obsess. They affirm abundance, then anxiously check their bank account. They claim health but fear every symptom. This behavior sends a loud message to the field: I don't trust it. And again the field listens. Not to your wish, but to your energy. You can't fool the quantum. Energy doesn't lie. This is why people feel exhausted. They're doing everything right, but doing it from the wrong frequency: scarcity, fear, control. So they manifest more struggle. The subconscious runs 95% of your life. You may say you want love, health, success, but if your deeper belief is, I have to fight for everything, that's the reality you collapse into. That's why affirmations feel empty, visualizations fade, and hard work burns you out. So how do you shift? First, stop treating manifestation like an add-on. It's not a tool, it's a recalibration of your entire system. You don't just want the timeline. You become the version of yourself who already lives there. Want abundance? Feel abundant now. Treat yourself with respect and generosity. Trust instead of gripping. Want love? Open your heart now. Be the safe space. Embody worthiness. Want health? Nurture what's already working. Move and rest with gratitude. And here's the paradox: the less you need it, the faster it comes. Not because you've earned it, but because you've removed the static that was blocking it. Where in your life are you holding on too tightly? Where are you trying so hard that you've become the very block? What would happen if you relaxed your grip by just 10%? This isn't about passivity. It's about co-creation. It's about moving from control to clarity. Now here's where the magic deepens. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are. The field doesn't care about pretty words or Pinterest affirmations. It responds to your vibration, the signal of your being. So if you want jazz, you don't tune into a metal station. You change the dial. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions all must match. How do you do that? Begin with awareness. How do you breathe when you're afraid? What stories loop in your mind? What does your body say when no one's watching? Most people are manifesting on autopilot, stuck in old loops, old states, old identities. The quantum mirrors that back. The shift starts with simple embodied practices. A deep breath during anxiety. A hand over your heart when fear rises. A question: what would my future self do right now? Then take one small step from that place. The quantum doesn't need perfection. It needs coherence. Coherence is when your system hums in one direction. No mixed messages. No internal chaos. That's when reality bends. So if you want abundance, practice generosity. Give your attention freely. Feel enough, even when evidence says otherwise. If you want love, risk vulnerability. Let your heart show. If you want health, treat your body with care, not punishment. This path is simple. But few walk it because it requires trust. It requires you to go first, before the results show up. And here's another myth to dismantle. You don't need to feel good all the time. You just need to regulate. Feel what's real. Let emotions move. Learn to come back to center without judging yourself for wobbling. You will doubt. You will stumble. That's okay. The power isn't in never falling, it's in how you return. So pause now. Breathe. Tune into your current frequency. Is it fear? Trust? Scarcity? Gratitude? No judgment, just awareness. Awareness gives you choice. And choice is the first step to alignment. In the next phase of your journey, we'll talk about sustaining this shift. About dissolving resistance and becoming a clearer signal to the field. But for now, thank yourself. You're already becoming. And if this message resonates, don't forget to subscribe, drop your word for the week in the comments, and keep tuning to the frequency of your future self. Because the quantum is listening.